If you are older and you are not ejaculating regularly, what is actually happening inside your body right now? And could this quiet change be increasing your risk of prostate disease, urinary problems, or even hormonal imbalance without you realizing it? This question alone has stopped many people in their tracks because for decades, this topic has been surrounded by silence, embarrassment, or outright misinformation. Most older adults are told to focus on heart health, blood sugar, or blood pressure, but almost no one talks honestly about sexual function as a vital sign of overall health. And yet, urologists know something most people never hear. Ejaculation is not just about pleasure or reproduction. It is a biological process tied to prostate health, hormone regulation, nerve signaling, blood flow, and even immune defense. When ejaculation stops completely for long periods, the body does not simply pause that system, it adapts, and sometimes those adaptations are not harmless. Many men assume that with age, ejaculation simply becomes unnecessary, or that stopping is safer, cleaner, or more normal. Others stop because of medications, stress, fear of performance issues, or the belief that desire fading is inevitable. The urgent problem is that silence around this topic leads people to ignore early warning signs. By the time symptoms appear, damage may already be underway. The real danger is not aging itself. The danger is misunderstanding what aging bodies still need to function properly. Here is the hidden truth that most people never hear in a doctor's office. The male reproductive system does not shut down at a certain birthday. The prostate continues producing fluid. The testes continue responding to hormonal signals. The pelvic nerves continue firing. When ejaculation does not occur for long periods, these systems do not become inactive. Instead, pressure, congestion, inflammation, and chemical changes can quietly build up. Urologists have observed that long-term ejaculation suppression can be associated with prostate congestion, chronic pelvic discomfort, changes in urinary flow, and altered prostate fluid composition. Research has also observed patterns that raise concern. Large population studies have found that men who ejaculate more frequently across adulthood tend to have lower rates of certain prostate conditions later in life. This does not mean ejaculation is a cure or a guarantee, but it does suggest that regular clearing of prostatic fluid may be protective. Think of it like any gland in the body. When fluid is produced but not released, stagnation can occur. Stagnation is rarely good biology. Another hidden truth is hormonal. Ejaculation is connected to testosterone regulation through feedback loops in the brain. When sexual activity drops to zero for long periods, especially alongside stress or illness, testosterone signaling can weaken. This does not always show up as low numbers on a blood test right away. Instead, it appears as fatigue, low motivation, mood changes, increased abdominal fat, weaker muscles, and reduced bone strength. Many men attribute these changes purely to age, never realizing that sexual inactivity may be contributing. There is also the psychological side that few talk about. Sexual function is deeply linked to identity, confidence, and nervous system health. When ejaculation disappears entirely, some men experience increased anxiety, irritability, or emotional flatness. This is not about desire alone. It is about how the brain's reward and stress systems are wired. Sexual release triggers neurotransmitters that regulate mood and calm the nervous system. Removing that outlet entirely can shift the brain towards chronic tension. Now let's slow down and explain what is actually happening inside the body, step by step, in a way that is simple and clear. The prostate is a gland that produces fluid forming a major part of semen. This fluid is rich in enzymes, zinc, and compounds that protect sperm and maintain prostate tissue health. The prostate is stimulated by sexual arousal and ejaculation. When ejaculation occurs, the prostate contracts, releasing stored fluid. This process improves circulation within the gland and helps flush out waste products and inflammatory compounds. When ejaculation does not occur for long periods, the prostate continues producing fluid at a lower but ongoing rate. Without release, this fluid can become thickened. Pressure inside the gland may increase. Blood flow may become less efficient. Over time, this environment can promote irritation and low-grade inflammation. This does not mean everyone will feel pain, but it increases vulnerability. Next is the nervous system. Ejaculation is controlled by a complex network of nerves involving the spinal cord, pelvic nerves, and brain centers. Regular activation keeps these pathways responsive. Long-term inactivity can weaken nerve signaling, making it harder to regain function later. This is similar to how unused muscles lose strength. Nerves also need stimulation to stay sharp. Blood flow is another critical factor. Erections and ejaculation rely on healthy circulation. Regular sexual activity promotes vascular flexibility in the pelvic region. When activity stops entirely, blood vessels may become less responsive. This can contribute to erectile difficulties later, even if desire returns. Hormones also play a role. Sexual activity influences the release of testosterone, prolactin, oxytocin, and dopamine. These chemicals affect not just reproduction, but metabolism, sleep quality, immune response, and mental clarity. When ejaculation is absent for long periods, these rhythms can flatten. The body shifts into a lower energy mode that may feel like just getting older, when in fact it is partly reversible. So what is the life-saving solution? And no, this is not about pressure, guilt, or unrealistic expectations. The solution is understanding that ejaculation is a health function, not a performance contest. It does not require youth, partners, or perfection. It requires regular release appropriate to your body and medical condition. For many older adults, this means allowing sexual function to remain part of life rather than something to be shut down. This can include intimacy with a partner, but it can also include solo sexual activity if appropriate and comfortable. The goal is not frequency competition. The goal is avoiding complete long-term suppression. Many urologists suggest that regular ejaculation, even a few times a month, may support prostatic drainage, nerve activation, and hormonal balance. Equally important is addressing barriers. If medications reduce sexual function, talk to a doctor. Adjustments are often possible. If stress or depression has shut down desire, treating mental health is part of sexual health. If pain or urinary symptoms are present, those should be evaluated, not ignored. Lifestyle matters too. Physical activity improves blood flow. Strength training supports testosterone signaling. Adequate sleep regulates hormones. Diets rich in zinc, omega-3 fats, vegetables, and antioxidants support prostate tissue. Hydration keeps fluids from becoming overly concentrated. All of these factors work together with sexual activity, not separately. It is also important to remove shame from the equation. Shame is a stressor, and stress worsens hormonal balance and inflammation. The body does not benefit from silence or embarrassment. It benefits from informed, calm attention. Now here is the final warning, and it matters. Ignoring sexual health is not neutral. Complete long-term ejaculation suppression is not a harmless lifestyle choice for everyone. For some, it may quietly increase risk for prostate congestion, urinary issues, hormonal decline, and emotional changes that reduce quality of life. The body does not stop needing circulation, nerve activation, and glandular release simply because candles on a cake increase. This is not a call to panic, it is a call to awareness. If you are older and you have completely stopped ejaculating for long periods, do not assume this is automatically healthy or inevitable. Pay attention, ask questions, talk to a qualified healthcare professional, especially if you notice urinary changes, pelvic discomfort, fatigue, or mood shifts. And here is the most important takeaway. Aging does not mean shutting systems down. Healthy aging means maintaining function where possible, adapting where necessary, and staying informed rather than silent. If this information challenged something you believed, share it with someone who needs to hear it. If you found value here, stay curious, because the body does not stop responding to care just because time passes. And if you want more clear, science-based explanations that help you protect your health quietly and intelligently, make sure you stay connected, because the conversations most people avoid are often the ones that matter most.